Today I'm going to share with you how to turn hard work into smart work. Yeah, how can we do it? This was asked by one of my wonderful subscribers, Rohit. Thank you for that, Rohit. Very great. So how can we do it? Let's find out. So by the way, if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Lots of great videos coming up. Don't miss out. So I'm going to share with you 5 tips how you can turn hard work into smart work. Okay? Yeah, and these are critical. And you gotta, when I go through these, you gotta have an open mind. Okay? Everybody's work is different. So you have to think about how to use this. Don't say this doesn't work for me, it does. You just got to use it the right way, okay? The first thing you have to do an 80-20 analysis. The most important thing. Now, if you don't know the 80-20 principle, it basically states this, that 20% of the work we do, of our time, essentially, create 80% of the results. Whereas 80% of the work we do and our time create only 20% of the results. I like to call them sometimes the garbage 80 because they're not that valuable, right? So you always want to focus on the 20%. So the first thing you got to do, you got to make a list of your work, right? What are all the things that you do in a day or in a week, basically, and list them all up. And then you got to go through it. What are, out of all these tasks that I do throughout a week, out of all the meetings that I have, everything that I do, which is 20% task and which is an 80% task? Yeah, that's the first thing you got to become aware of. So make that list right now first, okay, and then decide what is an 80% task and a 20% task. Then number 2, you gotta delegate. You got to look at mostly, for the most part at least, the 80% tasks, yeah? Again, the ones that are not that important for your work, and ask yourself, who can I delegate this to? Yeah, who can I delegate this to? Now, if you manage a team, it's probably the easiest thing to do. If you're an entrepreneur and you have a team, the same thing. If not, you got to get creative. You got to look, could you hire a VA? Yeah, if you work inside a company, is there somebody else on your team you could do something for that is your strength, your 20%, and could you trade with them? You know, ask them, could you do this task for me that I don't like, that I'm not good at, but you are very good at, and we trade something that I can do for you as well. Yeah, but you gotta start thinking, even if you're a junior in the company, you gotta start thinking from an early day on, how can I delegate certain tasks, yeah, that I'm not good at or that in general don't have that much value? Yeah, you gotta start thinking from it very early. I even know some cases of people, they work inside a company, but they hire an online virtual VA, okay, for a much lower rate than what they get paid for. And then a task that takes them 3 hours to do, it could be, for example, some design work that they're not good at, but their manager asked them to do. They just outsource it to the VA, yeah, for a low price, and they get it back within a day. And the task is done much better than they could have done. All right? So you got to think creatively, how can you delegate? Number 3 is delete. Yeah, you got to look at these 80%. These 80% again, you got to ask yourself, what can I simply stop doing? What can I just cut out? What can I completely delete? Yeah, again, 80% of the things that we do don't have that much value. And many of them, it's much better, and you should do it. You gotta completely get rid of it and stop doing it. Yeah. So one big way how I help a lot of people save time is to simply manage their interruptions. Yeah, you got to think about it. One of the biggest things that really belongs to the 80% are consistent interruptions. Somebody coming over, you're checking a notification, you're checking an email, bling, 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 bling. You get disrupted all the time. And you wonder, oh, work is so hard. Can I not get anything done? Because you don't focus. You never set any focus time. Yeah. So unless your manager or your customers force you that you have to check every message instantly, don't do it. Yeah, set a specific, for me it's, for example, in the afternoon. That's when I would check emails and messages. Morning is my focus time. Yeah, nobody can touch that. Yeah, so for you as well, think about how can you create that, okay? And what could you delete, or what could you simply do at another time during the day to save more time? Number 4, organize. If you have a messy desk, if your laptop screen is messy with 10 million and a gazillion files there that you look at, I guarantee you, you feel work is very, very overwhelming and very, very hard. Because everything around you is overwhelming. You know, everything is around you is a mess. Everything on your screen is a mess. Yeah, nothing is organized. You feel everything is hard work, frankly, even though it might not be at all. Yeah, so if this could be you, what do you have to do? You gotta clean up your mess. You gotta clean up your laptop, your desk, yeah, your office potentially. Okay, but simplify. No, and don't get me wrong. When you work, you always create a little mess. You got to get in the habit of creating a small mess, clean it up right away. Yeah. For many of you right now, right, you create a mess, and at some point, it just drives you crazy. It just drives you nuts. So you got to stop doing that. Yeah. Start clean. Start with a clean slate. Take a day or 2 days even. Clean it all up, yeah, perfectly, kind of. Yeah, don't try to be perfect though, but as good as you can, that you feel, I can breathe again. And then you gotta start with the habit that every day or every 2 days, yeah, whatever mess that you're creating, you gotta clean it up again. Yeah, mess clean up. It sounds easy, okay? But make it a habit. That's the key. Number 5, prioritize. I kind of touched it a little bit earlier when I told you that morning time for me is my focus time. Afternoon, I deal with all the stuff that I sometimes have to deal with, that I cannot delegate or delete, right? So for you as well, do you prioritize your day? Do you do the most important thing first, the second most important thing second, and so on? Most people don't do that. Most people get interrupted all the time. Yeah, don't do it. Okay? Every day, start planning your day. Every day, try to do the most important thing first thing in the morning, the second most important thing after that. And don't get me wrong, the day never works out perfectly. Sometimes things happen. Yeah, sometimes opportunities come up. These are good things. They then become your priorities. But start out your day with a list of priorities that you got to get done and try to do them in order of importance. And lastly, a little bonus tip, work against the clock. If you got to do very hard work and there's no way to turn it into smart work, and sometimes we have that, yeah, then work against the clock. Make your own competition. Okay, this task usually takes me an hour. Yeah, how can I do it in 15 minutes and 30 minutes? Okay, and you set a timer. Yeah, or a little sand clock, you know, that you turn around, you can visually see it in front of you, and then boom, you just go for it, you know, at 100% speed, and you get it done. That's what you can do as well. Yeah, if there's no way to delegate it, nowhere to delete it, to simplify, organize, prioritize, get it done, work against the clock, go for it. So comment below one time, yeah? How are you from now on gonna turn your hard work, your hard tasks into smart work? What are you gonna do, yeah? Share with me below one time, what is your hard work? And which of these strategies are you gonna use to turn it into smarter work? Okay? And by the way, if you haven't done it yet, again, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Don't miss out. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And most importantly, I really look forward to seeing you for the next video.